A new storm is brewing between India and the United States, and let me tell you, it all started with none other than Donald Trump's surprise announcement. Well, the US president declared that he would impose a 25% tariffs on Indian exports to America. Now, for New Delhi, this was a major shock, and now India is scrambling to calm the situation down before it gets worse. So, what's really going on? Let's talk about that. Donald Trump says that India's trade policies are obnoxious and unfair, and that the US loses billions every single year because of Indian tariff. He's also very angry about India's close ties with Russia, specifically India's continued purchase of Russian oil and defense equipments. In his usual, very fiery style, Trump even posted on social media platforms saying that I don't care what India does with Russia and mocked India's economy as dead. But behind all this noise, there is a serious issue that is unfolding. India has made it very clear that it won't retaliate immediately. Instead, it is trying to keep the trade talks alive. Now, the top officials in Delhi are now exploring new ways to import more American goods like natural gas, telecom gas, and gold. And this is all just to help narrow the trade gap between the two nations. Right now, the US has about $43 billion trade deficit with India, meaning that the US buys more from India than India does from the US. But here is where it gets even more interesting. While Trump is pushing India to buy more of American defense equipments, it is India that has firmly said no. No to buying the F-35 stealth fighter jets, one of the most advanced and expensive also warplanes in the world. Trump had offered them during PM Modi's earlier visit to Washington, but India is taking a different approach. Instead of buying ready-made weapons, New Delhi wants to make in India partnership to design and build defense system at home with US help. The Modi government is focused on self-reliance, specifically after pandemic and ongoing border tensions with China. Now, buying F-35s right now won't actually fit with that version. Plus, it would be a huge financial commitment at a time when India is already dealing with global inflation, huge oil prices, and a worsening rupee. At the very same time, the US Treasury Secretary has blamed India for dragging its feet in the trade talk. He says that Washington is frustrated and that it's India's turn to make the next move. All this has made the situation even more tense, specifically with the Quad summit involving the US, India, Japan, and Australia coming up in New Delhi later this year. Some experts believe that Trump's tariff threat is just a negotiation trick. He has done it before, like when he scared the European Union with massive tariffs, remember? Only to pull back later after striking a better deal. So the question is Trump bluffing again? Well, nobody knows for sure, but what's certain is that India is being very cautious right now, like we should. Officials are collecting data from exporters, talking to the industry leaders, and watching the US very closely. In the meantime, India's stock market slipped, the rupee fell, and investors are keeping an eye on whether this trade tension would actually spiral into something bigger or not. At the heart of all this lies a critical question. Can India balance its strategic interests with Russia, its growing partnership with the US, and still protect its economy at home? Mr. Modi's government is walking a tightrope right now, and the whole world is watching the next move.